My girlfriend handed me an envelope with 380,000 nairas. Everything she had. 6 months earlier, I lost 1.2 million nairas and everyone abandoned me. She stayed, and what she taught me changed everything. My name is Olu. I sold laptops and phones at a busy electronics market in Lagos. For 3 years, business was good. Money flowed. Respect came easy. I had a small shop. 3 staff members. Regular customers who trusted me. Then one bad deal wiped me out. A supplier from China promised me 50 brand new laptops at wholesale price. I paid 1.2 million nairas up front, borrowed money from 3 different people, betting on the profit margin. The laptops arrived, but they were fake, cheap knockoffs that didn't even turn on properly. The supplier disappeared. The borrowed money was due in 30 days. And I had nothing to sell. Within weeks, everything collapsed. I couldn't pay back the loans. Word spread that I'd been scammed. Customers stopped trusting me. Staff left because I couldn't pay salaries. Friends who lent me money avoided my calls. People who called me, brother, last month, now crossed the street to avoid me. I sat in my empty shop one evening. Alone. Broken. Ada walked in with food. She'd been doing this every day since the collapse. I looked at her and said something I'd been thinking all week. Why are you still here? I have nothing now. You should leave like everyone else. Ada sat down calmly. Is that what you think I'm here for? The money. I stayed silent. She continued. Let me ask you something. When you had money, how did you treat people? I thought about it. I was generous, helped people, gave loans, paid for things. Ada nodded. And now that you have nothing, who stayed? I looked down. Just you. Exactly. Now ask yourself. Why did everyone else leave? I didn't understand. Because I can't help them anymore. I'm useless now. Ada shook her head. No, they left because you built relationships based on what you could give, not on who you are. The moment you couldn't give, the relationship had no foundation. I felt the words hit me like a punch. She wasn't done. When you had money, did you ever just sit with people? Listen to them. Care about their lives beyond business? Or were you always the one helping? The one paying? The one fixing? I realized the painful truth. I'd built relationships on transactions. Not trust. People liked what I could do for them. Not who I was. When the doing stopped, the relationship stopped. But you, I said quietly, you're still here. Why? Ada smiled. Because I know who you are when you have nothing. Then she pulled out an envelope. I've been saving for 2 years. For us. For our future. She placed it on the table. This is 380,000 nairas. It's everything I have. I stared at the envelope, unable to speak. I can't take this. This is your money. Ada looked me in the eyes. Our money. I'm not giving you charity. I'm investing in our future together. But there's one condition. I looked up. You don't use this to impress anyone. You don't use it to prove anything. You rebuild slowly, honestly, with character. Not just capital. You build relationships based on who you are, not what you have. Can you do that? I felt tears I'd been holding for months finally break free. Yes, I sat with that for days. I realized something I'd never seen before. I'd spent years building a reputation on generosity. But it was shallow, transactional, conditional. The moment I couldn't give, people disappeared. Because I never built real trust. I built dependency. People needed my money, not me. Ada didn't just believe in me with words. She invested in me with her life savings. That's trust. So when I started rebuilding, 6 months later, I did it differently. I stopped trying to help everyone. I stopped lending money to prove I was successful. I stopped using generosity to buy loyalty. Instead, I focused on being consistent, honest, present. I built relationships slowly, based on mutual respect, not transactions. And this time, when I succeeded again, the people around me stayed. Because they weren't there for what I had. They were there for who I was. 3 years later, I proposed to Ada. She said yes, not because I was successful again, but because she'd seen me at my worst, and invested in my best. Here's what I learned. Trust isn't built by what you give people. It's built by who you are when you have nothing to give. The relationships that survive your worst days are the only ones worth keeping. And the person who invests in you when everyone abandons you, that's the one you build with. So here's the question. Are you building relationships based on what you can do? Or based on who you are? Because when you lose everything, and you will at some point, only the real ones stay. And those are the relationships worth everything.